Hey everybody, I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope everything went smoothly for you all and you got time to rest. I'm sorry for not uploading this yesterday like I said I was going to, but I actually got a little bit busy and spent some time with my brother down in Yorktown for a little bit while I could. I haven't seen him in a good amount of time, so it was nice to actually be able to just sit there and talk with him, see where he's at. Um, yeah, so I apologize for that. Um, Gosh, let's just go right into it, I guess. Last week, and I mean, the beginning of this week has been crazy. Like, all the things that have happened, all the things that, I've gone through, and all the changes that are still happening. It's been ridiculous, but it's been fun. It's been a learning experience. Definitely can say a lot of it's also been hard. Just going through different changes and having different um, things, put in my path to either, go around, go over, or go through, or let them stop me altogether. But yeah, as I said, I moved into a new apartment last week. Finally got that taken care of. And that's a blessing because I'm not on the ship anymore. Thank God. I can actually come home and rest and not have to worry about being on the ship 24/7. Um, so that's cool. I'll show you guys around a little bit later. My roommate is like blasting loud music, so I'm not trying to have that in the background. Gosh, let's see. But yeah, I pretty much just wanted to talk about how I'm dealing with the military now as a Christian compared to how I dealt with it for the past 2 years when I wasn't. And I mean, just the changes have been drastic. Like, you can really see the difference. You can see how you act and how you carry yourself um, now compared to how I would have carried myself and how I would have acted years ago. And just the struggles and the challenges that come with that now that I have something more that I'm living for, something more that I'm trying to reach. And just noticing how people see those changes and how they react to those as well has been a very interesting experience. I guess first and foremost, the most major thing about being a Christian in the Navy and being around people who aren't or who are and still do still do these things. And the first one is cursing. Like, I used to curse a lot. Like, gosh, like it would be bad. Like, I would actually like think to myself like, holy crap, I don't have a reason to cuss this much. And like every other word would be a cuss word, and that's just just how we talk. I mean, in the military is just how it is. Like, every other word is a cuss word, and it's just how we convey emotion or whatever. Is just That's just every day. So I've been trying really hard to not be that way and not um, use those words anymore. And people look at me like I'm weird sometimes, where you know I'll say like dang it, or I'll say like gosh darn it. And I mean, when I think about it, it sounds funny, at least to me, and people are looking at me like what are you, like three? I'm sorry, I've been getting over this cough as well, which has been taking a lot out of me. But yeah, I've been trying to, I guess, wean myself off of cussing, being able to express and say what I need to say without using that language, just because I don't feel like it's necessarily needed or right in regards to my own life. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying that people shouldn't do it. People are their own people. I'm just saying for myself, I'm trying to stay away from it. Gosh, especially when I used to like um, say like the GD and stuff like that. Like just thinking back on it now, just like man, that was harsh. Like it's just something you don't think about in your everyday life when you're just going about everything. You don't think about cussing. It's just something that you do. It's just a way to get conversation across to other people. But now I can feel myself being more conscious of it. And even when I slip up and it's like, darn it, did it again. I was like, I'm sorry, God. I'm still working on that. Um, I don't know. I don't know if it's the same way for anyone else, or if I'm just the crazy one. But yeah, the other thing is, I mean, gosh, just how you and just how I interact with people. Um, when I guess when males are talking about other females and things like that. Um, usually, or I used to, I'd be like, okay, I would join in the conversation. Not necessarily catcall because I don't do that. I definitely don't feel like that's right. But you would of course join in the conversation. You would say things that you definitely probably shouldn't say in regards to a female, but it was just considered guys talk. And now I definitely steer away from that, and I try to steer people's conversations away from that as well. If I see it coming up, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool and all, but have you guys seen this game, or have you guys watched this season of whatever? You know, I definitely am more conscious of what not only I say, but what others say as well. And I try to switch topics, you know, without saying, hey guys, that isn't, right. That isn't um, something you should say. And I need to get to the point to where I can also just say, hey, this isn't something that you guys should be saying, and just be able to be that blunt with it. And I'm working towards that as well. But yeah, baby steps. Because like no one deserves to be talked to like that, talked about like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same for females when it comes to them talking about guys. But again, I'm a guy, so I wouldn't know. I want to presume to talk on that. Those are just my assumptions. Um, but yeah, and of course, just telling people in the military that you're a Christian as well is its own interesting topic. Because at least from what I've seen, most people don't really know what Christianity is. I mean, they know that you pray to Jesus and that you go to church and that you believe that when you die you're going to heaven. They know the general aspect of it, but for the most part, at least when I talk to people about Christianity and my story and things like that, it's more so there's like, oh, my grandma was a Christian, and or my grandpa was a Christian, or you like it usually starts with like someone older. And I feel like most of this generation equates Christianity to being like a very old person, a very outdated religion, just because of how structured they feel it is. And it's interesting to explain to people that that's not how Christianity is. It's not like any other religion. It's more of a faith, more of a belief in someone and in something than a completely structured, religion, step by step guide and everything like that. And, when they hear, my story, or they hear that, oh, even though I'm not the youngest person, being 30, but like, just being able to talk to them about it and, share my experiences and, how I've changed and how I've been able to, grow in certain ways. You can see like sort of like a sparkle or something, or like see like a different form of understanding in their eyes. We're like, oh, I didn't really understand it that way. I didn't see it that way. And that's just based on, how they've viewed Christianity on their own, because no one's actually, sat down and talked to them about it. So, I mean, that's also another thing. But also, people always joke with you about it. They'll be like, oh, you're a Christian, so that means you don't smoke. Or, oh, you're a Christian, so that means you don't drink. Or, oh, you're a Christian, but you have a tattoo. Or, just other things. They definitely try to catch you on things that they feel that Christians shouldn't do or aren't allowed to do. And again, that just comes with them not being, told or shown, how those things actually are. I mean, because like, yes, I'm a Christian, but yes, I still drink. I don't smoke. I used to smoke. Thank God I stopped that. But I do drink. I'll have a few beers here and there. I try not to have hard alcohol anymore. And that's not because I'm a Christian. That's just because I just don't want to do hard liquor anymore. That stuff is strong, and my tolerance is not that high anymore. I can do a few beers and I'll know, okay, I'm good. But I mean, yeah, and I recently got a tattoo. I mean, it was before, I gave my life back to God, but I mean, I have a tattoo, and that's something that's permanently on my body. I love my tattoo. But people try to catch you in what they feel Christianity is, and they'll use that as a way to sort of, I don't want to say mock, because not everyone is using it in a way that they don't, that just to say, oh, hey, you're not a real Christian because you have a tattoo, or you're not a real Christian because you drink, but it's just because they don't know any differently. So I always enjoy those times where I'm able to talk to someone at work about it and explain it, my own way, explain it how it's happened in my life and the things that I do. Because like they feel like, oh, you're a Christian, you have to read your Bible every day, and they're like, well, I couldn't do that. And I'm just like, hey, I mean, there's Christians now, that have been Christians forever, that don't read their Bible every day. You don't have to do devotionals every day. You don't have to go to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, or any other time during the week. Like, that's like, yes, those are things that help you build your faith, and they're definitely things that help you build a better connection with God and a better relationship with Him. But that's up to you. That's up to how you feel you should live your life through Christ, and how He is moving you to live your life. It's not it's not like, okay, I'm saved. I'm a Christian now. I must instantly read my Bible, starting at John 3:16, and then read that, and then now I must go to Genesis and read the whole Bible, every book, every chapter, every verse. I mean, yeah, that stuff would definitely, give you a better insight to what's in the Bible. But I mean, if you're reading the Bible just to read the Bible, you might get something from it, but it's better, if you had the passion and you wanted to actually go in there and read it. And then you also find something that sticks to you, something that you actually want to read. And, that's how I explain it to people. It's just like, we're not just all sitting around, always at Bible study, always at church, 100% of the time. We still go out. We still like to go to bars. We do normal stuff, we do stuff just like everybody else does. And it's just that we try to live a life that glorifies God and not glorifies ourselves. And that's a lesson that I'm definitely still learning right now. So I'm definitely not saying that I'm good at it, because I'm not. Like I'm definitely still learning to trust in him and to live a life that he would be proud of, you know, and live a life that where when people see me, they see Jesus through me and see his love for everyone through me. And it's hard. It's definitely hard, especially like I said, in the military, where you have so many different things, you know, put in your face, and so many things against you as far as you living your Christian life. And I mean, you definitely have to be strong, because there's a lot of times where you're going to be tested, whether it be people mocking you, whether it be, you know, you going to port somewhere, you know, and you know there's prostitutes or something around you, and there's just a lot of situations that the military puts you in to sort of make you step back and be like, okay, what's the right thing to do? What's the right thing to say? And you just hope and you pray that you make the right choice. And like I said, there's definitely times where I don't. There's definitely times where I still fail to make the right choice. But I'm getting better at that. And hopefully I'll continue to get better at that. And that's all I can say. But yeah, that's what's happening so far. As far as like my actual, you know, days on the ship, I've done pretty well. I got recognized, I guess, by performing my job in a manner that was good enough to get recognized and get a 24-hour special lib, which was cool. Just for doing one of my collaterals on the ship. So that was cool. I can't wait to go underway, and also this deployment. It's gonna be fun. Get out there and, you know, get to actually do my job again, and be out there on sea doing what the Navy pays me for. So that'd be cool. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to hear from you guys as well. You know, see if you are a Christian. I guess I would ask, how difficult or how easy is it for you to live your life for God and ensure that you live it without taking in what other people are saying or what the world is trying to put on you. I mean, if you're not a Christian, I also would like to, you know, hear how you live abiding by your own morals, you know, and not letting what other people say affect, you know, your decisions and how you go about the day. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Next week's video is going to be interesting. It's, geez, that one's going to be weird to put out, and I might put it out a little bit earlier because I am going underway on the 3rd, so it might be out before then. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, let me show you guys around the apartment real quick. I'm not going to show you my room because it's messy. I haven't actually cleaned because I haven't been home. But light on, cool. It's not really that big. Bathroom. Bam. This is my roommate Harden. Right here.
My name is not Harden. Who is we?
This is YouTube.
No, hell no, it ain't. Hell no, it ain't. You got me fucked up.
This is
hell no. Chill out.
And that's the Craig. Craig lives here, and so does this guy over here.
I'm just free on
Eat all that. You eating all that.
But yeah, this is the kitchen. And, yeah, as you can tell, they're playing 2K. That's how they live. I don't play 2K.
What's your video about?
That's them, as you can tell. That's all they do is play sports games. Yeah. But anyways, have a good day, guys. Hope everyone continues to have a great week, and I hope everything goes well for everybody. See you guys later.